guys, this is Vince with vshred.com, and in today's video I'm going to take you through one of my back and bicep workouts. I'm going to go ahead and explain the form throughout the video so that next time you are going to do a back and bi workout, or maybe you're just looking for one and stumbled upon this video, you can take what you're about to learn, the exercises, the reps, most importantly the details on form, and take that into your next workout and hopefully get a better workout. All right, so getting into today's workout, tonight's workout. It's actually pretty damn late here. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing a back and bicep workout. So I'm gonna be starting with back. I'm going to be, I like to start off my back workouts with pull-ups typically, just because pull-ups are possibly the best back exercise that there is, and it's a great way to warm up all the different muscle groups that you have back there, because you do have a lot. With pull-ups, what you really want to focus on is A, not swinging, and then B, leading with your shoulders, and C, squeezing your elbows into your sides. So first mistake, people, they like to kick their legs real hard, and they're taking a lot away from what they should really be struggling with in their back muscles. Your back muscles are supposed to pull yourself up to the bar. You're not supposed to create any kind of momentum. After that, leading with your shoulders, your body wants to work as in one. It wants to work as one. And so what that means is that when you're doing a pull-up, you don't want to have your shoulders rounded forward, because then you're going to be overusing the secondary muscle group in the pull-up, which is the bicep. And that's when you end up doing pull-ups and not feeling anything in your back. It's because you're not leading with your shoulder first, you're not retracting your scapula and then pulling down. And then third, like I said, elbows into the side. You really want to make sure that you're focusing on how the lat muscle is actually worked. Someone is doing some loud ass deadlifts right now. He had like 400 pounds, 500 pounds on the damn bar. I was like, this is how it's done. Did it. Okay, I didn't do that. But back to pull-ups. You want to make sure that you're working the lat how it's supposed to be worked, and that is with elbow adduction, bringing your elbow into your side. That is how the lat is shortened and lengthened. So make sure when you're doing that pull-up, you are focusing on pulling that in and squeezing down in your back muscle, and then letting it return back to starting position. Again, leading with your shoulder, squeezing in towards your side. So we're gonna do 3 sets of 10, warming up here, and then we're gonna move on. All right, second exercise we got is bent over barbell rows. This is a very common, another staple in back workouts, and especially mine right now, because I am going into a little bit of a bulk right now. I am going to be going with more compound exercises. That means that you're gonna be doing exercises that are working multiple different muscle groups, versus something like an isolation exercise where you're only working the head at one, like you're working your biceps only, or your triceps only, or even something like a lateral raise where you're working your deltoid only. I'm doing mainly back exercises, which most back exercises are compounds anyways, but when you're going into a bulk, when you're trying to build more overall muscle, you want to do exercises that are going to be working multiple different muscle groups rather than a bunch of isolations, which is what I used to do, which gets you in good shape, but you don't get big. You need that testosterone release from doing these big exercises. So second exercise today, bent over barbell rows. I'm gonna go for 4 sets here, and I'm gonna go with a pyramid style of training. So I'm gonna go first set, probably about 15, then I'm gonna rest for a minute, down to 10, rest for another minute, down to probably 8, and then the last one I'm gonna go pretty heavy. And I'm not gonna be doing a drop set this early on in my workout right now, because I want to save a little steam for the ending, or the next 2 exercises. So yeah, 4 sets of this, I'm gonna get going. All right, third back exercise is going to be the straight arm lat pull down. Now this is going to be another exercise that is really good for, like I said, shoulder extension is one way to work the lat muscle. This is going to be possibly one of the best ways to get shoulder extension to shorten your lat muscle so that you can work it really well. I like this because it works on that sweep of the lat. So I don't know if you can see it in my hoodie right now, but this little sweep right here of the lat brings it out wide. That's what this is partially responsible for. So I like doing it. So I'm going to do 4 sets here. I'm not going to go as heavy, because I find when I go too heavy, I start to overpower with my triceps. So I'm going to go probably stay in the 10 to 12 rep range for all 4 sets, same minute long rest. And the main thing to remember here is that you are trying to get shoulder extension. So you're only going to go from here, you're going to push that weight down, and you're gonna try to keep a steady, slight bend in your elbows the entire time. You don't wanna start with them more or less bent than how they are down here. You don't wanna start bent up here and straight as you go down. That's just gonna be tricep. So keep that chest out, push those elbows back, and make sure you're squeezing down that lat muscle. All right, next exercise is going to be a seated cable row, and what I have here is just a handle. You don't necessarily a handle to make the grip neutral. You don't necessarily have to have this one. Whatever is going to allow you to have a neutral grip, which means your palms facing each other, and then be able to pull back with your elbows coming down. We're gonna do the same thing here, 4 sets. I'm gonna stick at around probably 10 to 12 reps for all 4 sets, just because my back is fatiguing, because I am just getting back into working out after 2 weeks off. So same 4 sets, same 1 minute rest. Like I said, the thing to remember here is that you are trying to drive that elbow down and then back rather than up towards your chest, because that's just gonna be working the muscles you don't wanna work. You wanna make sure that you are driving that back at an angle, keeping that chest out and leading with your shoulders. 4 sets here. Pro tip: halfway through your workout, take some BCAAs. Why? Because A, they're the building block of protein, so it's immediately gonna throw the muscle that you already stimulated into recovery. It's gonna help give you energy for the workout. It's gonna help give your body electrolytes, which is going to help hydrate you. You lose electrolytes when you sweat, so replenishing them immediately just helps for every cell in your body to work more efficiently, and it just helps you basically finish your workout as strong as you started it. This is probably my savior every single workout I usually have it pre-mixed, but I thought for the video I would mix it in front of you guys. Just Amino Fast by Blue Star Nutraceuticals. It's got a 15 gram carbohydrate blend, and then it's got all the amino acids. Basically, it's just immediate energy, digests fast, and lets you finish your workout strong. I mix it about halfway through, and then I sip it the rest of my workout. All right, now we're gonna be moving on to biceps. So we have finished back. We did 4 exercises. Now I want to finish off the workout, like I said, with some arms. Biceps were the secondary mover for all the different exercises that we just did. So it's really good to finish off whatever assisting muscle group was being worked at the end of the workout, hence back and biceps. But I'm gonna be doing 2 exercises for biceps. I don't necessarily do a bunch of different exercises for biceps because they did get worked a lot in the beginning of the workout from working back. Also, not necessarily struggling with it right now, but something that actually happens is my biceps grow a little faster than they used to when I was smaller or younger, and so I don't hit biceps as hard as I used to anymore. But I think that's because I actually hit it right. And if you do this with the form that I'm going to be explaining, you're not going to have to hit biceps as much either, because it all comes down to form. So I'm starting off with preacher curls. Preacher curls are a great exercise for working both heads of the bicep, but it's going to put more emphasis on the short head, which is going to be that inner head. You see the separation running right down there. This longer head is going to actually be the shorter head in anatomy terms, but this is going to be focusing more on that inner head. This is going to be good for bicep thickness. So from the front, how thick your bicep looks, that is due to the short head of the bicep pressing up against the inner and therefore making it look thicker right there. This is going to be a great way to do that. Also, I like the preacher. I don't like doing it with dumbbells because you're not able to bring it up and squeeze at the top, because once your arm becomes perpendicular to the ground, all of a sudden you don't have any leverage against the bicep, so it stops being worked right here. But with some kind of preacher curl, whether it be plate loaded or just a regular machine, you get tension the entire way through, and so it allows you to focus on that peak contraction, which is what you really want to focus on here. Making sure that you are getting the stretch of the bicep, bringing it all the way up, and squeezing down on your bicep muscle as hard as you possibly can at the top, and then going down. You want to try to go just as slow as you curl the weight up, or even twice as slow, because the eccentric contraction is more important than the concentric contraction. So 4 sets of these. All right, and the last exercise that we are doing is just going to be regular alternating dumbbell curls. It's a great exercise for both heads of your biceps. Main things to focus on with these is don't go too heavy. I see guys that are just trying to, I guess, look big and strong at the gym, and so they start with like 40, 45, maybe even 50-pound dumbbells, and they might get a first couple nice and clean, but then towards the end of their set, or even their third or maybe even fourth set, by the end of those, or even at the beginning of those sets, they just find themselves kind of getting a little bounce with their knees so that they can cheat that weight up, and then also they probably find themselves digging a little bit underneath that curl, probably driving their elbows forward, using a little bit of that front delt because they're going too heavy for just isolation on that bicep. So you're probably going to want to drop weight a little bit here. I'm going to be doing 25s, and I'm probably going to stay at that weight and just really focus on the squeeze. But right now I am a little weaker than I usually am. I'd still probably only do like 30s, maybe 35s, and wouldn't go above that because I'm focusing more on bicep fatigue here rather than trying to lift real heavy, because lifting real heavy on such a small muscle group is not going to benefit it as much as focusing on that time under tension so that you can really isolate that small muscle group as much as possible. So 4 sets here. Again, I'm gonna stay in that 10-12 range and a minute rest in between. And again, like I said, focusing on that squeeze and then making sure you're controlling that weight on the way down. And that brings us to the end of the back and biceps workout. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys, more importantly, learned something where you can now go to the gym and you have, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you even have to do this whole workout exactly how I did it. But if you take anything from this, for any of the exercises that I covered, and you implement it into one of your workouts and it helps you maybe create that mind-muscle connection a little bit better, or just get a better workout altogether, then I have done my job. And if you do feel like you've learned anything in this video, make sure that you are giving that thumbs up. You're clicking the thumbs up button right below. Also, if you guys are looking for help with getting in shape, I know I say this in a lot of my videos, but I mean, truth is, most of us we don't have the body that we wish we had, and you can either keep just hoping one day you magically have it, or you can actually do something about it, and you can actually take some necessary steps to actually achieve that body. And you can get coaching from me, you can get a program that I've personally written, you can get one of our head trainers to actually train you one-on-one online coaching to whatever goals that you have in mind. But I'm gonna put the link to my free body type quiz right below. That's going to give you a great jump off point. You'll answer a couple of questions, and then it'll tell you the 3 most important things that you need to do to whether it's the type of training you need to be doing, or maybe whatever the most important dieting thing for your specific body type is. It'll tell you that, and then it'll also recommend which of our 90-day programs is best for your body type, for your goals. So you can check that out by clicking the link in the description right below this video. Other than that, if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, or just anything you want to say to me, leave it in the comment section. And then last but not least, make sure you are smashing that subscribe button. That way you are actually subscribed to the channel, but then make sure you are also hitting that notification bell right next to that subscribe button. That way you're actually going to get notified when I release a new video and not miss out. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.